What's up, family? This is your man, not your boy. Go Black to Africa. Peace and blessings to each and every one of you all. I wish you all a beautiful day, afternoon, and evening. You know, I've been thinking about this whole week. Mic check, Louise. Y'all, you know what? Hey, what's up, Louise? It's funny because I know you being funny, right? Or what? Because people was on me about my mic today. And people like, when you need to get mic. So I decided to put on my mic and my the man I was Jermaine, who I was interviewing, put a mic on him. Then my mics that are acting up and getting muffled. And I'm like, man, it is mind blowing how technical difficulties happen. You know what's so funny too with this? I wish some of y'all would get into this. Y'all think it's just easy because your mic sucks. You need to get louder. You can't hear the person. You can't. I cannot find number one. I cannot find a quiet place in Africa. It's like impossible. I sit down and I will sit there and real quick, and I'll be like, okay, let me assess the situation. Let me see, is this a good spot for me to go in and interview? Okay, we got no music going on. Okay, it's quiet now. Okay, all right, cool. All right, let's go ahead and do an interview. No longer than 1 minute in my interview, people come from everywhere. The birds start singing. The daggone blenders start roaring. The cars and starts zipping by, and I'm like, it never fails. It never fails. But you know what? You got to press on though. And I know, hey, sometimes you got to just adjust your ears a little bit more because, sometimes that sound right there that you expect that I thought today, my daggone mics I had on, I guess it flipped on my shirt and it become muffled and started to vibrate and all that right there. But you get the gist of the story. But I got something hot for y'all today because I was thinking, this is your man, not your boy. And I want y'all to sit tight and listen to this. You know, the masses of people who watch my channel are so grateful and so thankful of what I'm doing. 56-year-old man, yesterday was my birthday. So I turned 56 years old. I'm traveling Africa and I call myself trying to bring an awareness, education, help people along my journey. And whether it's helping people in their business, giving people advice, helping in these different charities that I see and all these things here. And, away from my own family, my own lovely wife, my kids. But it's a decision that I made for myself that, me and my wife did that as I'm journeying along, I'm out on a scout of different countries that might be able to suit us somewhere down the road as far as a base that we can possibly call home. But no matter where I go, I definitely, like for those who know, I share the good, the bad, and the different. And of course, some people get upset and some people get mad, and that's just a small percentage. But I sometimes like to address the small percentage because I have this care. I have this hope that I know you can't save everybody, but that's the type of spirit I have, is that one lost sheep, as Yeshua said, that would not the sheep herder go for the one lost sheep and leave the rest to save the one lost. Emphasis on lost. Because we are the sheep who are lost. And yet the majority of the people get it. It's like here, like for some reason, I have encountered more resistance in South Africans from South Africans. And when I say more, they're just maybe 1%. And maybe, but that 1% might be 10 people. But then I know that there are those out there who just are going to come across this video down years to come if it stays out, that I want to make myself clear in what my intent is. It ain't my job to save anybody, but it's my mission to bring awareness. And, I just have that heart to try to save that one because I believe so much in our people who are in a struggle. And it's like I said, after thinking, I said, I got something. You know, I'm going to take the approach, and I want to go ahead and do the approach of those who are the opposite side, the opposing side. And I hate to use that word opposing. That's a little strong word. But those who are on the other side, as y'all, for those naysayers out there who says, I'm the negative and they're the positive. So I'm gonna do what that those, and I want y'all to feel this. I'm gonna do with those who love these, who they say are the positives, and I'm going to behave in that fashion right here. And I'm going to give you this example. First and foremost, thank you very much for Rajin Nyame. Go Black, before you leave essay, see if you can check out one of the universities and ask them about the language teaching. Swahili Nation channel is dedicated to spreading Swahili language. Lingua franca. By the way, pick up some Zulu and Swahili yourself. I was getting pretty good at Swahili. I just travel so much, I lose it. I mean, there are things that's still in my head, but there's so many languages. It's just like I get twisted. I'm just not that type of learner. There's some things I just stay my lane in. Some people can pick up, not me. But thank you for your heart of giving, though. I appreciate that. But what I want to do is because I want to lay this out how those naysayers want me to do. Okay, so you see that my description was African Americans can come to South Africa and enjoy the benefits. That was the title. The description is South Africa. You can live like a king and queen from what it offers. Now tell me, how does this sound? Just as for all my naysayers. Hey, yo, brothers and sisters there in America, in the UK, Canada, the diaspora I'm speaking to. South Africa is beautiful. South Africa is grand. It is great. It is awesome. Let me tell you why South Africa is so awesome, y'all. You can come here and you can start you a business to little no taxes they're going to take out. And guess what? You can hire the locals to do the work and pay them little bit. Ain't no business of mine. That's no care of mine. I mean, you can pay your employees like $90 a month and you can keep 95% of the money. South Africa's great, y'all. Where are y'all at? Why aren't y'all here? Matter of fact, did you know South Africa gives Americans with the passport, American citizens, 90 days to come in without questioning or anything? You don't have to get no stamp. You don't have to do none of that. Man, South Africa is where it's at, because I'm telling you, they open the doors up for us who coming from America. And guess what else? For you mothers, well, y'all gonna love this, and you husbands, y'all gonna love this. You can turn around and come here and live like a king or queen. You can hire a house nanny to take care of your kids. You can get you, they call them house boys here, that take care of your lawn, wash your car. And then you got those who can raise your kids and clean the house, do your furniture, little to none. Look, now, you ain't heard from me, but you can pay them only like $90. Do you know how far we can go with that? I mean, come on, y'all, brothers and sisters out there. There in America, how expensive things are. We couldn't afford no maids. They got those what they call them there in America. They go drive around and go clean up houses and stuff right there. I forget the name of the business stuff. But you can come here and you can turn around and get you somebody to clean your house, do your laundry, take care of your kids, wash your clothes, cook your food, get somebody to wash your car, do your lawn for about $150, $200 a month. Isn't that great? Well, come on. Where are y'all at? You can start your business here in South Africa and walk away with about 90% of profit. Also, for y'all who love to smoke weed, did you know it is decriminalized to smoke marijuana in South Africa? For all y'all who love y'all weed, yes, you can come to South Africa and smoke your gunji, smoke your marijuana. You can smoke your spliff, your joint. You can smoke whatever you want. It is perfectly legal. Now we know that in America, many of us brothers and sisters, I ain't gonna say us because I don't smoke weed, but many brothers and sisters would love this without being badgered by the police officers. Now we do know that even those that smoke the weed, of course, are going to find ways to go ahead and grow their plant. Somebody, matter of fact, told me it was legal to grow your own weed here in South Africa and you can grow up to 5 plants. This is what a guy now told me over in Cape Town. But check it out, family. Why aren't y'all coming to South Africa? It is laid out for you. You American, they're going to roll the red carpet out of you because South Africa, they look up to America. You can come here, take your money, buy up some of these cheap apartments and these houses and live like a king. Got your maid, you're gonna have your person doing your lawn, you have the nannies and live happily ever after. Isn't that what's supposed to be the American dream? The dream is here in South Africa because the people are lovely here. The people are beautiful. And oh, did I tell you about the landscape? The landscape is awesome. You can go to the beaches, especially in Cape Town. It's awesome. It's got the Table Mountain there. It's got the Lion Head Mountain. It's got the shores and all that right there. I don't know who actually, I mean, when I was there, it was a lot of white people, but it doesn't matter because we're coming from America and we can go and enjoy just like the Europeans there. Live in our sectors. We ain't worried about trying to have no relationship with most of the locals. But I tell you this right here, you can come here and live it up. And those who love the nightlife, brothers, first you brothers, I'm telling you, the South African women, they gorgeous. And when they get made up, you know how the American women are. They put the eyelashes on and they have that long wigs on and they have the mini skirt, the tight clothes on, and you can see the swerves and curves and all right. Oh, they have that in the nightlife. You can sit in the nightlife because me and my wife went to one, and you can sit there and you could party, have fun, and you're gonna pop champagne bottles all night long. We got the money for that. You could buy rounds for everybody in the joint and become the man of the hour. Too sweet to be sour. Got more rhymes than daggone Biden got power. You can live like a king in South Africa. I know I hear some saying, what about the South Africa? No, we're going to keep this positive. South Africa has opened its doors. Matter of fact, I was talking to a brother today, an elderly gentleman, for real, for real. Y'all going to see my video when I interview this brother here. He's an author. He came through the apartheid and all that right there, was sent away when he was a child to Norway. His father was one of those who was an underground right along with Mandela, and got arrested. Served 8 years in prison. They said he committed treason, because he had worked at a water plant, and the water plant was white water. Water went to the white side of the white neighborhoods, and then in the water plant they had it shifted to the black side. So you had two sides. His father was accused of trying to poison the white people in the water. This brother, I'm going to interview tomorrow. I met him tonight when I was eating. But guess what, family? He told me he was one of the people who helped write the Constitution in South Africa. And he said, I didn't know this now. Now I can see why some South Africans don't like me saying and making South Africa to be like us white or black or racist and stuff. He said, South Africa is for everybody. I said, for real? He said, yes. That's the South African way. Mandela was the one who came up with it. He said some people may disagree with him, but it is for the white people, the black people, the China man, the Indian. South Africa is for everybody. Why y'all people in America, come on over to South Africa. Live up your dream. Live up your life because you can come here and your dreams, the sky isn't the limit here in South Africa. You can take your brothers and sisters and have them work for you, and you can kick back your legs out and you can live the American dream in South Africa because South Africa's beautiful. Matter of fact, too, for those who are part of the LGBT, they got a place for you too. I've seen many walk around. So it's open, it's filled with love. Because that's what I'm told. Everybody is welcome, and South Africa is for everybody. So I believe that it's a gift given to us from America. We can come over here, we can open up businesses and make a lot of money because they don't have this thing that we have, like this particular. Well, somebody did tell me they had a minimum wage. Somebody who's from South Africa, let me know. But you can come here and open your business up and you can make a lot of money and pay the employees little to nothing. Now, don't feel guilty about it. It's just the way South Africa is. Everybody's from the outside is welcome to come in, and you can go ahead and get part of the group and go ahead and live your life high on the hog without guilt because it's a constitution that was passed. There's nothing illegal. No, it's not slavery because you have maids and servants for you that can come. You're giving people jobs. Shouldn't you feel good about that? I mean, our ancestors, come on, some of y'all remember in America, my great grandmother and my great grandfathers on both sides of them worked for the Europeans. My mother, you know, your grandmother, my grandmothers and them were working in the Europeans' houses, cleaning their houses, raising their kids, washing their cars. Y'all remember the movie Driving Miss Daisy, right? Come on, y'all. Don't y'all want to come in South Africa and have that same thing that that was done to our family members? We can come into South Africa and have our people go ahead and be servants to us too. For real, for real. South Africa is a welcoming country. The people are beautiful. And we knew with our moms, our grandmothers, and our grandfathers who were working for the Europeans, who were the maids and who were the servants, who were washing the cars, who was coming in there and getting paid little to nothing, and then coming back home, tired and wore out, and only to do it over again, to work with them, but to be degraded because of the fact that you can kick back and just tell them what to do at any given moment and pay them little to nothing. South Africa's beautiful, y'all. I'm telling you, come one, come all. Y'all should come. Did you know you can buy an apartment for 50 something $1,000? Yeah, come up here and buy up all of this property so that you can get in where you fit in. Now, I know, see, I hear, let's stop worried about how your feelings are about the locals. You're giving them jobs. Come on, don't feel guilty. It ain't my system. It's just the way the system is. Now, I know some of y'all might say, but you know what? Two wrongs don't make a right. Who said it's wrong? Why, the Europeans here are doing it. I see it every day. Our brothers and sisters up here carrying the Europeans' babies, pushing them in strollers and watching the kids. I see it every day that how we are working for those. Why can't they're telling us we can come in, bring jobs that you can go ahead and have servants there to cater for you. South Africa is beautiful. It's got a lot of benefits you can take advantage of, family. You got a lot of benefits here that you can take advantage of that is offered to you if you got the money. Yes, it is true. And you know, those who like to smoke the weed, it's wide open. They got, matter of fact, they got, it's called 420, what is it called? 420 something, a marijuana place. You can buy marijuana. Now I know I know that, come on, I know South Africans don't understand what's going to happen when more of those open up, because we know that then that's going to cause drug wars and on the streets. I mean, we were told marijuana was innocent, but now we see in America all the shootings that's behind marijuana. People up here, these guys are setting guys up, trying to steal their weed, popping them in their heads with weapons and all that right there. Because why? The competition in some of these states, they got these marijuana clinics, and yet they are squeezing in on the profits of the drug dealers. But here, it doesn't matter. You can come in and get in and fit in. Y'all should be coming to South Africa. It's wide open for y'all. I don't know why you shouldn't come anyway. The market is great. You won't miss a beat. It's just like America, but it's cheaper and you can have everything that you want. Now, let me check out the name of this place here so that you can know, because it's all good. I mean, South Africa is lovely, beautiful people, that opportunities are here. We can take advantage of it. We might even be able to go and take our money and go buy some land. Now, I know the South Africans' land was taken from them and all that right there, but we can go in and buy some though. Don't feel guilty though, because the Constitution of South Africa says it's for everybody. Don't feel guilty, for we're not doing anything illegal. And so, right here, this place right here is called, is this it? Let me make sure I'm in the right place. This right here, this ain't the place though, but this is one place though. 420 Cafe Santon. Grow Shop 420. They have another spot I'm looking at. They had it's another weed place that they have here that we can come and enjoy. You ain't gotta worry about the police no more on marijuana. Come on, you can come and you can smoke till you happy. I smell it all over the place. But it's legal. It's perfectly legal. Yeah, that's one of the places. I can't remember how I fell upon this other place, but they got the marijuana shops. They got the shops here, y'all. They got the business opportunities. They got where you can purchase, the properties. You can just come in and they're gonna roll the red carpet out for you. Because once they see that you're from America, you'll be treated differently. I know. But what about South? It's legal. Now let me ask y'all here that I just put on this show here. Isn't that how it sounds when people talk about South Africa? Come on over. Buy your houses that you can get. You can live like a king and queen. You can go ahead and have your you can have people come, clean your house, in your house, raise your kids, cook food. You got the boys' quarters out back that they build. That still blows my mind. They still got boys' quarters. This is your man, not your boy. I would never have no boys' quarters. But this is the invitation to each of you all. This is actually what is being said. Now, somebody said, is he being sarcastic? Is he being, to a certain degree, I'm being sarcastic in what I just shared. But on the other side of it is that why not come? That's what most people want to hear me say, is that South Africa is a beautiful place. I've always said that from the day I did my first thing. But see, now when I go and say, come on, y'all. Come on, and y'all know every country I go to, I show houses or apartments that you can rent. I haven't shown any here. I haven't shown no houses here. I haven't shown no property here. Does anybody know why I haven't? There's been people emailing me and say, "Go Black, can you show the houses and the cost and all that right there?" Does anybody know why I didn't show properties? Louise says, "Why?" Yeah, all my other videos I have. Why haven't I? Why is it that, this thing that is this, I like how it says in the scriptures, why is it this warring, this friction going on within me that I'm like somebody said, not advocating moving there? It's not even that. It's not that. I congratulated people for moving. I said South Africa's for some people. I just said on the video today, South Africa is a place. My two daughters would dig it here. My son would dig it here. Most Americans would dig it here. Why you didn't? Bertha asked. Does anybody know? The skit that I just put on, when we have somebody said overpriced. Nah, it's cheap here compared to most countries I've been to. You can find a cheaper property here than Ghana. That's for real, for real. And I haven't even got into even looking into land. Yeah, I got property in Tanzania. I got property in Tanzania. I got property in Ghana. I might get property here. Because when the brother today, elderly brother, told me, "Nah, brother, South Africa's for everybody. That's how we wrote our Constitution." And I said, "It's for everybody?" He said, "Yes, everybody can enjoy South Africa." And I said, I guess I was wrong. I owe the South Africans an apology for even interviewing people to let them share their views of what was going on in how their perspective and what's going on that they believe in the system, whether it's the education system, whether it's the government system, whether it is how it's a struggle for them to work and all that right there. I owe every South African an apology. Because what I should have been doing was inviting everybody to come in here and move in to take advantage of the benefits of grabbing your property, grabbing maybe some land, getting your businesses, and becoming rich off of the people who don't make much money. For those who follow me there, how many businesses have I started in Africa? For those following me, how many businesses do I own in Africa? This right here, this is a game, right? Well, I want to see. 12. I know, I don't have 12. Two, no. Feet Funker's son said, I thought it was two. No. Must be two, four, no, five, six, no, one in Tanzania. Thank you, White. Was that Wit? Where'd it go? Wit Dad. One. And guess what? I bought that propane business from a Tanzanian for Ali. I bought a propane business from an owner who Ali used to work for, and I bought it for Ali. Patty Cash, I've been in Namibia. The next time I come to Namibia was going to be with my wife because she hasn't been and she wants to come. Why? What you got to share about Namibia? Did I miss it? I know I missed a lot because I only stayed I was very limited because of the COVID and everything. But what do I mean by that? I only bought one business. The reason why I bought one business for somebody and I haven't bought a business, I ain't gonna say necessarily for myself. I've bought some property, and that will probably eventually be a business, I guess, renting it out. But I'm talking about like an actual, brick and mortar business and stuff like that. Is because I want to be on the ground to run that business. And the business me and my wife talked about is really, and I said it today on the video, is that I want to be an example for many other business owners to pay the people triple, if not more, especially if it's in these tourist areas, to be an example and show even the locals what they're worth. To be able, when I had my, listen to this, when I had my barbershops, very successful barbershops, busy and all that right there. So many people left out of my business, start their own business. I taught my people how to budget. I taught them how to count their money first and foremost, because barbershops cash money. So you walk out, you go to lunch, you buy food. You might go by the store and you buy your shirt, whatever. I was watching how barbers operated, and by the end of the day, you might come home with a couple of $100, whatever. But cash, how it is. You break 100, boom, it's gone. And so I started to teach my barbers how to respect the money, how to save the money, how to maintain the money. And so every barber I went looking for, I was not looking for one who already was established, had owned their own house and had other things and all right there. Those were the hardest ones, who already had business mindsets and stuff like that, because that will be a clash. I tried that. That's a clash, because then they want to bring their business mindset in my business mindset, and it just causes a clash. I always went for those who had little to nothing. And I went in sometimes into those franchises where most of the white people is. When I put white people in, Chinese people in, or Asian people was, I had one Asian brother, Pete, that was in. I had Hispanics in. I had men, women. I would always hunt for people who would always say that they had a hard way to go. And I would teach them this. And I so many successful stories of people that they would always thank me and say, man, I never thought I would own a house. I never thought I could buy a car off of doing hair until you taught me how to put my money aside and how to save it, and the approach and the percentages, what I should go ahead and put aside, how to become debt free. This is the business I want. The business is not going to be just work. No, we're going to have meetings, and I'm going to be teaching our African brothers and sisters how to become that middle class, how to respect the money you have, how to put money aside and think of your children so that the day you go, you've left them something. Not just to open up a business and have the profit all go to me. Do you know, when I had my shops, the money I allowed the barbers to have on booth rent, they made more money than I was getting from them, each individual one. Why? I want to see people succeed. I am not trying to come into a place just to open up a business because the country allows those to come into the country, pay their people a little money, and I walk away with all the profits. That does not make me feel good and lay my head down comfortably, that I got people around me that I can pay little to nothing to take care of my everyday life. When I know my grandfather, my great grandfather, my great grandmothers were working in the European's house, getting paid little to nothing. and how demeaning it was. Now, I ain't saying now, if you want to, I ain't saying that if you had you a maid and ones who take care of your lawn and wash your car and all that, I don't think anything is wrong with having people that, you calling in and stuff like that. But to have people that you're taking advantage of them, like you're doing them a favor, and you're not even feeding them how they can get out of being a servant, that you rather pay them money that's little to nothing to remain there for your own benefit. Hey, thank you, Margaret. Hey, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. There comes a time to where, you got to live with yourself. When I was in America and I know I was being taken advantage of, when I was in the military, getting paid little to nothing, and I knew that what was going on the outside. I've watched my dad get, fired from a few jobs, and he was still trying to do his thing. I watched many people in that civilian sector, and the only thing I saw was at the end of the road was that retirement that they said if I do 20 years, I can get a retirement. And why wouldn't we want to see our brothers and sisters become at least to the next level, or at the next level of success? I was watching Wadamaya's video today. Shout out to Wadamaya. You know, I consider him like my young son. He's a very impressionable young man, and he's like myself out here showing Africa. But he did a video today of a brother who came from the UK, and I've done videos just like this too. And there's beautiful stories of this young man come from UK, and he opened up a farm in Zimbabwe. And Wadamaya asked him the question. He said, um, when you was in the UK, were you living or were you just surviving? And the brother said, I was just surviving. I wasn't living. And when he said that, and he shared how people there in the UK can never own much of nothing, you will always, the things I be saying, that you will always be in this rat race of debt. That one day came when he said that he watched one of Wadamaya's videos when he was in Kenya. And I actually was there in Kenya as well. And our brother who has the farm out there, and you got to forgive me, brother. I forget my brother's name now. But the brother said he saw the video and it opened his eyes up to come back home to Africa. And when he said that, I was like, this is the thing that most people don't see. The difference when you are in certain countries and when you are in other countries. Are you living or are you just surviving? Now, to me, living or surviving, some would equate that to, do you have enough money to live? But in actuality, it doesn't mean that in my book. Because we're living now. We're living and we're breathing right now. But when you create debt, house mortgage, car, you got to pay the bank for the car note, you got credit card debts, and you got all these debts, you are surviving and keep your head above water, because at any moment, if you lose your job, it all is wiped away and you lose your living. So you're trying to survive to keep up with all this stuff. But he or she who has no debt can live free and have no, you can have little, no money, but at least you're living and not surviving. Like it's a must. You must you must have your job tomorrow. So some people say, shoot, I'm just surviving. I don't know where my next food is coming from. I've seen people like that. But what I've seen is that many still have that place to live. Alex said, I'm 2 paychecks away from tent life. And you know what, Alex? I'm going to tell you, there are so many people who are 2 paychecks, because she said 2 paychecks because you get paid twice a week, that don't have money in their bank account, and they're only getting paid, the money they're making is enough to pay for their debts, and it's it. And you're waiting for next payday. But come on over to South Africa, because South Africa's opened up its borders. It's very friendly to Americans. It allows you to come. You know, South Africa was a breeze coming on in. There wasn't a hiccup. Showed your passport. Okay, go ahead. We already allow Americans to come in 90 days, enjoy yourself. If you want to stay any longer, come back with us, y'all. Come back with us. We go ahead and get you, your extension, and we'll go ahead and work on you to get maybe different things on your visa or what have you. But this is why I haven't really promoted like properties and all of these things, because of the fact that it's a sensitive thing with me. Other people's not sensitive. Many people are doing businesses, and I ain't hating on nobody. You're here to do business and you're making money and all right there. Thank God for it. It's like, I don't eat pork, but I'm not going to promote pork. Somebody else eats pork and they're going to promote pork. To each his own. But I can't do it. So I hope y'all enjoy that skit there. Somebody said, you're sarcastic or something. Yeah, I was being sarcastic, but I was being truthful. I was being truthful. And Alex, it's thanks to Biden, me too. Look, I'm gonna tell you this right here. Biden has no control over your life. I'm gonna say that again. You see, that's why I've never voted in my whole entire life. Because see, governments will do what they'll do with you or without you. How many times you voted somebody in and then they, because each individual you got all of these things that you believe in, right? And there are some things that candidate don't believe in, and you're like, okay, well, and then we run around talking about pick the lesser of two evils. No, I'm sorry, I'm not picking not one evil. I'm picking what is righteous. I don't pick for the two of lesser evils. No, I'm not voting. Why? I'll do for myself. I don't need Biden to take care of me. I don't need the government to take care of me. Though that yes, there are things that when you are voting people in office, you would expect they would hear the voice of the majority and look after those people, but they don't do that. Taxes are still being raised. People are becoming homeless more and more every day. The job market is going down. Unemployment rates are high. You gonna blame Biden for that? I'm saying, nah, blame you for that. Blame you for that. Because you then set yourself to depend on a system that you expect to make your life better. I'm sorry, I have never voted. And when I have created my life, it's been all good. Through all depressions, if you want to call it recessions, that the system or the economy went through, I was good. I didn't flinch. Not one time. People running around like, recession, the jobs are going down, and you know, everything is hard now, things are getting expensive. I'm like, thank you. Thank you for showing me not to depend on the system, to put my things in order. Work your tail off. It says in the scriptures, if a man don't work, he don't eat. Work your tail off if you want not to be dependent upon that. That house that they're telling you should go get a mortgage, won't you buy your house cash? Yeah. Because my first house I bought that house for I think 115,000, and they said after 30 years, if I kept it for 30 years, you would have paid 378,000, 300, almost $400,000 for this $115,000 house. Come get your 30-year loan. You mean to tell me I'm going to spend 200 and or almost $300,000 on a house to get a mortgage? You see, so I heard the spirit of me say, go buy, won't you just save to go buy your house cash? I heard the spirit say, open that business up. When everybody was running around and the market was going down, people was losing jobs, my business was still flourishing. Do you know why? Because I was in the barbershop game. Do you know why? Because as people lose jobs, they got to go find jobs. And what do they need when they have to go for interviews? Haircuts. Yeah. Oh, people stopped tipping almost. I never depended on people's tip. I was the type of barber that's like, hey, yo, Mr. Go Black, I ain't got no money for tip, man. I get you next time. Hey, man, my price is set according to what I feel the haircuts is worth. I'm not sweating no tips. Wow, thanks, man. I appreciate it. No, man, don't worry about that, man. You go on and get that job. You go on and get that job. That's what you want. But listen to me, brother. I ain't flinching. See, I severed that umbilical cord. But this is why I'm going to do for myself. And that's back to my sister who was talking about blame buying. We want to blame the government. No, don't blame. Keep blaming the government all day long. You ain't going to get nowhere. But set yourself up. Sound like I'm a broken record now. I've been talking about this the whole week. Maybe it's meant for other people to come in and hear this. Is this good talk that I'm talking, family? Give me a one if it's good talk. I mean, because, I want to educate and pour everything into people. And that's where it is that we got to wake up from. Why? The next recession is here. Some people, people talk about going to college, getting education and stuff right there. And I watch people every day do this right here. They're not even educating themselves. TikTok, I watch and I walk around people. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah. Do you know how much education you're missing out on? You claim you ain't got money for airtime, but you can waste your airtime on stuff that don't even help you for your future. Am I right? And people say zero. Edwin, get out of here. Edwin, I'm putting you on timeout, man. I ain't gonna block you. I'm gonna put you on timeout. I understand one answer, but when you're trying to put the 7 in a row, come on, it's a respect thing here. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no problem with trolls. That's why I ain't got no moderators. I can really ignore you, but you're causing that distraction and just taking up 10 spaces for your answer. So sit in the corner and be quiet for a minute. I know Edwin's a troll, but Edwin's gonna be okay though, because I believe Edwin is really receiving some things. Edwin's been on a couple of times in my chats. Now you're talking about investing your time wisely. We got to get to that place. What is it? And I'm gonna tell y'all this right here. In South Africa, the most South Africans I've seen, they got smartphones. When I traveled in Africa, no, y'all South Africans are fortunate because most Africans countries I've been to 15 of them. They got the flip phones. They don't have internets. They don't have the smartphones. They don't have no way to even start their own business. But I'm watching people who be sitting around doing this. They got the strongest thumb muscles. And I'm like, how much money do you waste on not even educating yourself, looking into things? This is why I had to educate myself on so many things. I had to go research and learn about governments and economies and all that right there. Because if y'all don't understand what's about to happen, I've said this right here 2 months ago. America is about to feel how did I say it? America's about to feel like not a quiver, but like no other before. Y'all about to experience something that you never experienced before in the murder, like the mass shootings, in the economy. But let me explain something to you right here so that y'all know. And for y'all who's in Africa and Europe and all right there, if you don't understand the economy, that's all right. The economics of life. We do know when inflation goes up, people stop buying. They buy less, which then decreases the profits within a company. And if that company is not making enough to be pleasing to those CEOs who are the so-called visionaries of a company, they will come up with options with the board of the company. Now, those options can be, we don't want to lose our so-called profit bearing and not look attractive to other businesses who might want to buy us out. So we can't allow this to dip past a certain spot so that then it's attractive that a company can see we're profitable, we're very well profitable. Or they would think about maybe merging with another company. But before they do merging, what they're going to do is they're going to cut back on workers because the sales have gone down and they have to cut fat. Who do they typically start when they start cutting fat? Managers. Because managers typically are the middleman who typically, when you add up all the managers, they make most of the bulk of the money that's going out from the company. Then from the managers, it works its way down to you who might be a worker bee. So now, because this economy, they're wondering if it's going to be in a recession. I think a recession is considered that 2 quarters that the economy is doing bad, then they consider that a recession. That means companies ain't doing good. People start to lose the faith. They see the inflation's up. They start to hold on their money. The banks aren't able. The banks are seeing that people aren't buying, and so the banks freezes up on giving out loans because they don't want to lose money because inflation goes up, costs go on, the risks are higher for them to give the loans. They want to lose, so everything begins to slow down. Now people start losing their jobs. Now what do? What do you do if you've been relying on the system? You've been relying on Biden. You've been relying on Republicans. You've been relying on the Democrats. You claim to be a liberal. You claim to be a conservative. See, we got caught up in all that mess right there. But at the end of the day, does that matter who you are when you don't have a job and you scratching your head when you're looking at your wife, your kids, and you wondering how you're going to pay this roof over your head and the food in your stomach and the clothes on your back? And you like what? Do you think Democrat, Republican, or anything like that got anything to do with anything? No, it don't. And while you put your energy in here thinking you're going to vote for somebody who's going to make change, we need to vote him out and put somebody else in there. They've been saying that since the beginning of time and ain't nothing changed. But woe to the man who is ignorant to hear the truth, and blesses the man who hears from wise counsel, that he who frees himself from a system for his days should be without worry. because he set himself up for the rainy days. He set himself up for those slow seasons. Doesn't nature do that? Don't animals bury their food before winter comes so they know, the squirrels, the rabbits, the bears, the wolves? See, nature is our teacher at times because they know store the food up, all this stuff, right? It's plentiful right now. See, this is why people, when they making all their money, they go out and buy the clothes, buy the new car, go buy a new house. See, and not realizing that you spending that money up on everything just for the day. And then when tomorrow comes, you the first one standing in the soup line talking about this government sucks. No, it's your fault. It's your fault. Because you didn't set yourself up. You didn't set yourself up. So now what happens? You need water. You need food. And if we take note of the people that are on the streets in these tents, people that are on the street corners, people out here who, they'll tell you, yeah, y'all, let me give y'all a home project to do. Because I had to do this in my time when the Most High had me walk away and go on my sabbatical. One of the things in that season of those 11 years was I had to talk to the homeless people. I told you I did work at the homeless shelter. And you would be amazed of the stories people tell you. Yeah, I got my PhD. I got my master's, got my bachelor's. Yeah, I was in this job for like 20 years. I never thought I would be homeless. I never thought I would be without. I've seen women with children, families with children, men, women with children. I've seen them all. And when you really talk to them, you're like, that is me. As what's her name said, she's 2 paychecks from a tent. And many of us are. Now, I ain't gonna say us. But anything can go. Dollar can become weak, boom, and I'll be in a tent. But what I'm saying, for self-inflictions that are outside of your cause that you could have prepared just like the nature did, preparing for the slow season, the winter. We say preparing for a rainy day because we want to look good for other people and our bank accounts look terrible, or we don't have enough money for tomorrow that we can at least say, okay, if I lose my job, I have a little time to try to gather myself, go job hunting, and then get myself in order, and the money's able to take care of those expenses that I have. We don't do that. Terry Man says, I'm 62 years old. It took me turning 50 to realize what you're saying. Yeah. At least you know now, Terry, than it's better now than ever. The crazy things that the system will have us do. I tell people this, right? I have met people, because Terry, you're 62, and I hope you're drawing your Social Security, Terry. Please tell me you're drawing your Social Security right now and you're not one of those who are going to wait to try to get the full amount. If you are those right here, let's do a quick math. I will show you how you're going to win by collecting right now, then waiting what the government says. You should wait till you're 70 to collect the full benefit of Social Security. Please tell me. You know how many people I've helped in the seniors and said, "What you waiting for? What? You better collect your money right now." Well, you know what they say. Who's they? Who's they? We keep listening to what they say, but nobody can ever give me a name. All this stuff that we spread around, we always talk about, well, you know what they say. Well, who's they? Who came up with that? Who said you got to do that? What they said, God willing, when I turn 62, I'm going to, I'm turning 62. I'm going to get my Social Security. Yeah. Somebody said, yes, please show that information. You wanted me to show this information. Look, somebody get it already. Exactly. You could pass tomorrow. Okay. You want me to show you? I'm going to show you how that is. Okay. If you draw your Social Security at the age of 62, right? What's the percentage that you get paid? Somebody help me out who's a senior. And then please tell me what is the percentage you will get if you wait to collect the full Social Security for those who are collecting Social Security. So look, Social Security barely gives you anything. Sad. Yeah, true. It's a little, but you know what? Every little bit helps. There are some countries out here that don't get nothing. But it's yours because you paid into it. It ain't like they giving us anything. That was money taken out of my check. Terry, you said think. Somebody can please share with me. I need some facts. I need somebody to look that up real quick. 70% at 62. Okay. Okay. So is that correct, Tracy? Before we get into this, because I know other people say, no, it's this percentage. And then they're like, please do the right percentage. And I'm going to be like, oh, gosh. Let's see here. So we got 70%, you said? 70% at 62. Somebody said 37%. I think your numbers are off there, JJ. Your numbers are off, JJ. Do I have to go look this up? Because I know each year it may change or whatever, and I don't want to be putting out bad information. Now, JJ's on 50% cost of living allowance at 66. Somebody give me some hardcore numbers. I'm going to go with 70. 70% at 62. And then what? It's 100%? Okay. All right. Let's look at that then. Let's look at that. Whoever asked me, let's do the numbers. Let's do the numbers. Let's educate ourselves. Okay. Age 62. And if you collect full ages at 70, right? 70 years of age, they keep raising it up. Is it 70 or is it 68? Because last I heard it was 70. I don't want to be putting out false information. For those out there who's looking it up, please let me know. It's 70% at age 70. Now, JJ's coming with another. Titus says 54. How are we coming up with all these different? See, that's the interesting thing. And somebody says 100% at 66. And I know that's not to be true. Fred I says at 70. And then Phyllis says it's at 67. Do you see how this information that we run around and throw out there, that everybody is all got this different thing when it's concrete what it's supposed to be? This is a prime example of how this information is shared amongst the world. That's why I don't want to move forward without giving people fake numbers, because I always try to research, and it's hard to get down to the truth because so many other things out here that's on the internet. You find one answer, you find another answer. I Googled 75% at 62. Okay, Louise, you said 75% at 62. You're the first one that said you Googled it. Others, what's her name, said it was 70% at 62. Somebody, Howard, says it's 80% at 62. 100% at 66, 70% at 70, 54%, 70. Okay, let me also come in with y'all on that. Let me see here. Social Security percentage at 62 in America. Got to be specific on that. Might should say United States. We put United States. Just to make sure there ain't no confusion on that one. Okay, this right here says a worker can choose to retire as early as 62, but doing so may result in reduction of as much as 30%. So there's a 70%. Starting to receive benefits after normal retirement age may result in larger benefits. Okay, so here is the socialsecurity.gov. We know that they are the ones we should be listening to. I'm not sure that that came from there or not. To find out how much your benefits will be reduced if you begin receiving benefits from age 62 up to your full retirement age, use the chart below and select your year of birth. Okay, let's just go from here. Okay. Okay, this right here, family, says at 66, 67. Oh, why are you starting at 60? Full retirement and age 62 benefits by year of birth. Okay, this says 60. Why are they only showing 66? That doesn't make any sense. Let me see, does it continue down here at the bottom? Nope. Anyway, let's read this as right here. They don't even say that. This example is based on an estimated monthly benefit of $1,000 at a full retirement age. Okay, let's do the math. Full retirement age, let's just say 100% at the age of 70. Everybody put out the papers. Now, I'm going to prove to you that you will benefit more at drawn at the age 62 than waiting around to 70. Okay, so $1,000 example is what they use, and that's what we're going to do. $1,000 at a full age, $1,000 as an example. At the age of 62, you're gonna lose 30% of that. So 70% of $1,000 is how much, y'all? Let's get in an agreement, right? $700. Am I correct? Let's just start with that. $700. So at the age of 62, you will receive $700 per month. Right? Let's get the calculator out. I could do it in my head, but we'll do this right here. $700 times 12, right, is $8,400. Make sure my math is correct. It's $8,400. So $8,400 a year times 8 years, because 62, you're gonna get 70%, and the person who's gonna wait the same age as you is gonna wait till they're 70 to collect, which then means then you get $8,400 a year. 8 years go by. $8,400 a year times 8 years is $67,200. Okay, now stay with me on this. So now the person who waited, if they lived, right? That's the kicker. If they lived, they now get to make $1,000 and you still make $700. So they're making $300 more than you. But you got a $67,000 jump start on them. How long does it take for them to catch up to get to the $67,000? Let's check it out. So they're making $300 more than you, $300 more a month than you. $300 times 12 months is what? $3,600, right? Let me do my math and make sure I'm right. $300 more than you times 12 months is $3,600. Take that $3,600 and divide it into the 67,000. What did I just say? 67,000 and what? 700. Okay, so take that $3,600 divided into $67,000 divided by $3,600. It's going to take 18.6 years for that person to catch you up if they wait to be 70 years old. 18 years, that means you're going to be 88. What is the life expectancy for most people in America? 78 years old. So you won't even see it. So why would you wait to go ahead and put off your Social Security this is the catch, because they don't want to put the money out. So they say you're going to lose out on 30% of your Social Security if you draw at the age of 62. Well, I just showed y'all the amount right there. You will make $67,000 that you can put that money towards business ventures. You can invest that money. You can use that for other traveling around to Africa and traveling around the world, the globe. You can be doing something with that money while that person's time is ticking. If they make it to 70 and you are $67,000 ahead of them. It will take them 18 years to catch up to your 67,000. Now you tell me, I taught that to many people who are seniors, and when I break it down to them, they like, I'm going to collect my money. What am I waiting on? Exactly. Okay, see, Judah says that full retirement is at the age of 66 or 67 old, of which is 4 or 5 years of difference. You said full retirement is 66 or 67. Which one is it, Judah? You can't look. If we going to do numbers, we got to be talking exact. I was going off of what this was saying right there that I thought I read. It was like 70. Hold on a second. Let me see. I don't like to put nothing out there. Let's see. What is the full retirement age? Because we got so many people who gave different ages and numbers and percentages. Okay, let's see here. Okay, here we go. Let's see here. Okay, so I'm seeing two numbers here. If you start receiving retirement benefits at the age of 67, you'll get 108% of the monthly benefit because you delayed getting benefits for 12 months. 70, you'll get 132% of the, now I got to see what source this is coming from, a month benefit. Because I'm seeing it 62, 67, or 70. And I'm quite sure those are each different percentages. But let's just do what Judah said. If we're gonna say 67. Still, let's do the math. Okay, do the math. Let's do the math. I'm making $300 more a month, collecting at 62. 5 years that go by. 5 years that go by, so we know $300 a year. Or excuse me, I'm making $700 times 12, $8,400 times 5 years equals $42,000. Okay, the person who at the age of 67, you're $42,000 ahead of them. They're making $300 more than you. Okay, let's do the math. If you're making $300 more than a person, how long will it take for you to catch up to the $42,000? 300 times 12 equals 36, 42,000 divided by 36. It's going to take you 11 years, 11 and a half years. Now, if you want to, if that feels comfortable to you to make it feel good that you're making more money when you reach 5 years later, if you live to see that, and you can be doing things with this $42,000. This is the thing that most people miss out on. Look, I'm making $700 extra a month that I can be putting that money towards, or I can just be enjoying it. I'm retired. I got $700. That's me and my wife's plane ticket to go down to Central America and just chill out on the beach. So you rather wait 5 more extra years that you don't know if you're going to live or not, and then it's going to take you 11 and a half years to reach that $42,000 that person is up on, that you're not even get that. We already seen the average lifespan for those in America that the last I checked was 78 years, and not everybody make it to 78. And there's some people who make it past that. If you're comfortable with that, do your thing. I'm sorry. The way I have, the look, the way I see things, if I can get that money now, why not get it? That's like playing the lottery. Oh, pay me in increments. I be dag. You ain't paying me no increments. Just give me my lump sum. But you'll make more money if you do the lump sum. No, y'all could go broke. Give me my money. It was the movie, Show Me the Money. I ain't waiting around for no increments every year. Oh, you would get this amount of money every month, and for the rest for 26. Don't nah. Am I right, family? Come on now. You gonna win the lottery and tell them to pay me in increments for the next 20 years? Please, give me my money now. I can be doing things with that. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and invite people in. What we talked about today. I know I did a sarcastic, as some said, um, spiel of everybody need to come over to South Africa. Take advantage of the benefits South Africa is giving to people, foreigners. Don't feel guilty. Come in and buy the property that's really cheap. You can start your business. The locals are only getting paid $90 to $200 a month. You can make big profit. Is that right? Come live like a king, queen. You can get you a maid. You can get you one to do your laundry, and you can have them live in the back of your house. It's called boys' quarters. You can have your servants. They're ready, waiting on you hand and foot, and they get little to nothing. And now, I'm not downing people who have people who come in and clean and do their house and everything. You're providing jobs and all right there. I'm talking about the concept, the mindset. For me, that's a touchy subject for me because I know my grandparents had to do that for the European. And to be such degrading in a sense, and people say, well, at least you're giving them a job. Really? Well, shoot, that sounds like then the prostitutes are out there making money on the street selling their bodies. Does it make it right? Well, I mean, the John Does is giving them money to help them out. Oh, for real? Well, that means the dope man down the street corner too. I mean, he's trying to make money too. He can sell that dope around to kids and women and children and all right there. Does it make it right? Does it make any sense to you? I mean, to each his own. But I'm saying right here, I got a little moral or some ethics about myself in the way I feel about how people are. I'm not trying to promote places where people just can come take advantage of. I am about come and move and get the heck away from a system that you can come in and do better. And I've said it before. Yes, there's countries you can come in and start businesses and you can do all these things right here. But what's up, Marcus?
Hey, hey, man, can you hear me on this thing, or do I have to take these earbuds off? Sometimes these things aren't effective.
I hear you loud and clear.
Okay, cool. Yeah, man. I love early retirement. I retired from government service. Most of it was government service, civilian, and 10 years of it was active duty Air Force. And I wholeheartedly agree with you. I'm 59 now. Swear to you, I feel younger since I just did this. When I'm 62, God willing, like I put in the chat, if I'm still alive, I'm taking that Social Security, brother. That'll be my government retirement check and my Social Security together. I'll be just fine.
Yeah,
I'll be just fine. And my money goes a long way here, man. I can travel throughout this beautiful continent, and if I need to see my family, I can catch on a flight and be back home, just like that. So I'm glad you're doing this stream, man, because it's important. People think they got a lease on life, and it's tomorrow's not promised. It's a cliche, but it really isn't. So if you're healthy, minimum age 62, get your money now. I'm serious. Get it before they take it, but get it before they take it from us, man. I don't think they will. I'm being optimistic, but I don't want to take chances. I mean, these are crazy times, man. Crazy times.
Even if it's the little money, somebody said, well, that's just little money. I mean, even if it's little $700, it don't sound much, but you know what? It's better than nothing. When you got it
I'll be getting more than that. I'll be getting like a little bit more than double than that. But I'm saying because I've already worked 40 years since I was 16, but they count everything. They give you this. Everything's digitized now, so you can go online and you look at it. I look at it a couple of times a year, maybe a little bit more now, but I see it. So I'm hoping that I get a cost of living allowance between now and 2025. I don't know.
Yeah. But where are you right now, Marcus?
Nairobi, Kenya. It took me 3 visits. I had to make the decision to come here, but I've been to four African countries: Ghana, South Africa, Tanzania, and Kenya. I'm trying to be like you. I'm trying to be like you when I grow up. I want to be able to travel more. You are awesome, man. You are everywhere. When you went to Israel, I didn't even know that Black Americans moved there back in 1967. I was really I watched that thing twice. I said, I had no idea. So
they set themselves free from America.
I had no idea. We should have been taught that in public school. I grew up in Los Angeles, I'm telling you, and I should have been taught that in public school, but we weren't. So every day, I think I know everything about this continent. I had no idea that Americans been there all those years. It was
Yeah.
awesome to watch you on that video, man. You was sitting there chilling with them and eating with them. I said, that's what's up. So thank you
I'm
for
gonna do
putting that
tours
video
there.
up.
Yeah, I'm gonna do
Pardon?
tours. I'm gonna be doing tours there.
Oh man, but thank you
Yeah.
for having this stream. I know you probably get other people that want to come up, so I'm not going to monopolize your time. I'm just
Nah,
telling you
ain't
that
nobody else waiting. Ain't nobody else waiting. I mean, hey, you cool? You chop it up,
nobody.
man. Nah,
Oh, okay. I don't want to monopolize
You
your
can
time,
do
but
that,
okay.
man.
But I'm just saying, man.
What are you
I'm
doing
just
in
glad
Kenya?
you're doing this. I'm telling you, there's a lot of people out there. I remember before I retired early back in 2019, and people were looking at me like I was crazy. This is me. You're retiring. I was 56. They said your retirement won't get a COLA until you're 62. Why you want to leave now? I said, man, I got over 30 years in. Um, I'm ready to travel. I got tired of taking my little 2-week vacations once a year. I'm just ready to move now. I have my debt paid off. Everything, house paid, everything was paid off. I sold my car, got rid of my 2 guns, and left.
Mm.
And I haven't been back to California in over a year. And I miss my family, but I'm telling you, my blood pressure's down. I'm working out more now. The fruit here in Nairobi is fresh. I can go out my apartment and it's just fresh fruit right there. And I'm still amazed, brother, how cheap it is. I'm pulling out my little Kenyan shillings, and I'm still thinking in dollars. I gotta think like, man, I feel like giving the woman a tip every time I buy fruit from her. I'm like, how
Mm-hmm.
much? Bananas, pineapple, delicious mangoes for breakfast. I just go down the street, get it, learn my little Swahili.
Yep. Let me show you this right here. Yeah.
Yeah, oh, it's good food, man.
Let me ask you, how long you been
Yes, sir.
in Kenya? How long you been in Kenya?
But this is officially my third visit here, so I've been here for about 2 months. I'm working on getting my if I say I pronounce it right, the my retirement Class K visa. I researched it on Google.
Yeah. Check this
That
out.
way I don't have to keep getting that 90-day, e-visa. I want to get that. It's you know how it is. When I first logged on to your videos and subscribed to you, it was like last February 2021. I was in Tanzania and you were in Fuma Town in Zanzibar at the same time. And I immediately caught that ferry from Dar es Salaam to Zanzibar to go to Stone City. And I went to look. I kicked myself for not buying that studio or that one bedroom because I think the studio went for 29,000 and the one bedroom went for 42,000. I have the money, I could have bought it, but I didn't. I wish I did it. I wish I did because Fuma Town is like what 2 acres of walled off private, land. They don't even allow plastic bottles there. I mean, I in hindsight, I should have just bought it. I don't know why. I kept thinking it. I kept thinking it was just too good to be true. And then I saw your videos and you were buying property. And I was like, man, like slapping myself, like, what the F was I doing, man? I should have just bought the property.
I showed you
And
this
that's when
right.
I subbed to you. That's when I subbed to you. I
Can you
said,
hear me?
man, yes, sir.
Yeah, I was showing people these right here. You're talking about the fruits, and these are South African tangerines.
Oranges or tangerines.
Yeah, these are Madarian. They call them with the Madarians. And I bought a box of these right here, right now, and I
Oh,
enjoy these right here.
they
You
look
know how much
fresh too.
this cost, man? Yeah,
Oh, you
this
paid on the currencies ran there, right? Ran,
yeah.
right?
But do you know how much I paid for this, man?
I'm
For
I'm
this
gonna
box,
guess I'm gonna guess in American money. I'm gonna say I don't know $7 maybe. Oh no, probably
man,
cheaper than
like
that.
a dollar
Rand,
90 cent.
the whole box.
The whole box. In America, because I eat these up, man, and I know you right.
Man,
In America, for this amount, you're gonna pay about $7.
I was thinking of Whole Foods or Trader Joe's back in California.
These are
You're gonna
grown
pay
right
for
here
some fresh
in South
produce. You're gonna
Africa.
pay for some fresh produce,
Yeah, it was crazy.
especially now.
Yeah,
My people are calling me saying everything's going up, not just gas, fruit, meat, everything's going up. So that's why I went to $7. I thought, oh, it's going to be a lot for that fruit. You pay
Now
like
let
a
me ask
dollar 90.
you, yeah, $1.90. Let me ask you this right here. You say you've been in Kenya how long?
This is my third visit, so I'm gonna be here permanently now. I'll just travel within the continent of Africa like you are, but I've been here over 2 months now. I'm working on getting my Class K visa. I've been just enjoying everything, getting acclimated to everything, and the
Okay.
weather here reminds me of Southern California. To be straight up with
Yeah.
you, it really does.
Is it
It
chilly
go
there
from
now?
cloudy and pardon.
Is it chilly there now?
At night, it is. During the day,
Yeah.
it could be overcast or cloudy, and then around 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, it could be hot, and then it's cold at
Mm-hmm.
night. That's what it reminds me of living in LA. It's that same weather,
Mm-hmm.
without the drama,
Yeah. Yeah.
without the drama, man. I wake up feeling blessed every day. When I first got here, I never second guessed the move. I just wish more of us would do it. There's people who make way more money than me that can afford to come here, but they don't want to because they're used to living back in the States. And I miss my family and everything, but I'm saying for my peace of mind, I know this is the right decision to do, to move here. And I wish more of your subscribers, I wish they would listen to you because I lost so much weight just coming to the continent, period. Just taking walks, running, jogging, the heat, the vibes, everything, the people, it's I kind of stay to myself. I'm a loner, so people kind of force me to be more sociable. So I guess
Mm-hmm.
that's a plus because
Mm-hmm.
usually I just do my thing and just stay to myself. And now it's like I call this my home. I'll go back to the States to visit my people, but this is my home, and
Okay.
I'm blessed. I'm blessed to have the money to live here. And back to your topic, Social Security. If I'm blessed to live another 3 years, 62, I'm snatching that money up. I'm not going to wait till I'm 70 years old. I'm just not. I think I think it'd be foolish to sit there and try to think that you can just say how long you're going to live. Just take it.
Yeah.
Enjoy what God gave you right here, right now. And if I'm blessed to live longer, cool. But I'm not going to regret it. If 62, brother, I'm filling the paperwork out.
Yeah. The link is in the chat, family. The link is in the chat if you want to come in. I appreciate you, Marcus, man, for your
Yes,
kind words.
sir.
I think I got somebody. Yeah,
Yes,
I got somebody.
sir. No
And you
problem,
have,
brother. Thank you for having me on. I
yeah,
appreciate it.
enjoy, man. Enjoy your time
Yes,
in the
sir.
motherland, brother.
Yes,
Yes.
sir. I'll watch you in the chat. Thank you.
All right. TJ,
What's up?
what's good with you?
You remember me?
I remember you. Yeah. What's good?
Yeah. There's nothing good, bro. Like, I'm about to work on my university project right now, so I'm kind of just stressed.
You stressed. You got to do what you got to do, huh?
Yeah, I guess so. So, I mean, do you mind me asking how old you are?
My birthday was yesterday. I've just turned 56.
You see, I knew your birthday was recent. Can you see that?
Huh?
Can you see that? So, like, you're as old as my dad. Can I ask you a few questions?
You can ask me any question you want.
Is education important?
Huh?
Education, is it important?
Of course, education is important. Now, let me ask you the question. What is education?
What is education?
Yeah. I should have asked you that before but what is education?
Education is gaining knowledge about what you would need to survive in the modern world.
Okay. I like to say education is nothing but information. Learning something that you didn't know. That's education, to gain that knowledge. So, yes, people think education equates to university or college. See, if I taught you how to tie your shoe, I just educated you. If I taught you something that you just did not know, you just been educated. But we have this mindset that education is go to university, go to a college, and then now I've been educated. No. See, once we remove ourselves out of the mind frame of college and university, then we might say, if I only gain the knowledge of something, I could be able to do it myself. This is the wonderful thing about YouTube. You can learn so much things off of people who have the knowledge, who can educate you on things that you don't know, that you might find you don't need to go to a university or college. So now you're getting education for free instead of spending your money for people to tell you about this information. Ain't that crazy when you really think about it? I got to pay for somebody to give me information to know it.
Yeah, I understand you. I think that we need to appreciate people's skills more. I think it's not all about being a doctor or a lawyer. I think it's about what you get, because people are like different, right? Like not everybody's gonna be that academic guru and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Like I respect, you know, I live in Zimbabwe, I told you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So here in Zimbabwe, the unemployment is very high, very, very high. You can look it up. So
Yeah,
I respect people who do stuff like for year. A lot of people, I'm telling you the basics in mobile life. People sew baskets and stuff. People mend shoes. People sell bananas. You know, they have a mini market. They sell bananas and stuff like that. And people are literally working for like $10 a day. Can you hear me?
yeah,
And I had a friend in America once. He was in Tennessee. He was telling me he was working for like 10 an hour.
yeah.
So I'm
In
like, the
America,
golf. Can
in
you see that?
America, in America, we would say $10 an hour. That ain't nothing.
That's nothing, right?
We would say that in America, we would be like $10 an hour ain't nothing. And
So don't you
y'all look
think
at us
that no, okay, can you see that in America 10 hours an hour is nothing? In here in Zimbabwe, if you get $10 a day in a certain craft, that's a lot. So don't you think that that's kind of wrong, if you know what I mean? Like, don't you think that's wrong that somewhere in the world, someone is earning 10 an hour, and then somewhere another human being is working for 10 a day?
no, I don't think it's wrong. And this is the reason why. You know, that's one of our biggest problems when we are looking across borders and looking at what other people are gaining based upon the system that they have in place. And we think it should be universal, that this pay should be equitable. Now, y'all, you've heard me say that, I want to open up a business to where I can pay people maybe 3 times, 4 times more than what they're getting paid, because I do know there are systems in place that these people can get paid more from these companies that's making billions of dollars. But there again, yes, $10 a day for some people, just they're like, that doesn't sound like a lot, but they're able to they're able to get fed, they're able to take care of maybe some minuscule stuff, and they're good. When somebody else in another country might say $10 a day, I wish I could see $2 a day. So it keeps going on and on and on and on and on. That somebody's always going to be envy of the next man above them. So then, well, how do you then overcome that? Well, wherever you are, you have to make way then, if that's what you want to do, make more money, is coming up with these creative ways. How do you make more money if that's what you're desiring to do? Because I had to work 3 jobs. One job was not enough for me to be at a place that I thought I should be at. So I worked 3 jobs in America that everybody thinks that everybody's rich and they think everybody got money. No, it ain't like that. So I did what I had to do in order for me to get where I wanted to go, and that was working 3 jobs.
Okay, that's cool. I can see that two more people have joined, so I'm just gonna ask three more questions, and then I'll leave it to the others if that's fair.
Okay, and I'll make my answers really quick and short and sweet.
Okay, that would be really nice. So I've been following you for a while. I watch your videos, believe me. So I'm just
Mhm.
wondering, what religion are you?
I have no religion.
You
Well,
have no religion.
now let me ask you a question. I'm asking these questions. I'm answering a question without me really understanding your definition. And that's typically what I would do is oh, hold on a second. I just muted you. What is your definition of religion?
My definition of religion. Okay, before I define it, can I make something clear?
Make it clear. It makes it easy for me.
Um, okay, before I define religion, I want to say that I think religion has done more bad than good. One, I want to say that I think religion, I I believe that there should be one religion in the whole world. I know that's a fairy tale, the whole world believing in one thing. But yeah, anyways, let me say this. I believe religion is is a group of people binded together who have a common belief in the supernatural.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
so
based
that,
upon your experience, I'm not part of any religion because what you just described, you said, is a group of people who have a common belief. That word "common" to me is there's no such thing as common. Why? Because what I found in my life experience is this right here. What I call Almighty God or whatever, everybody got their names and stuff. Each person has their own experience and have their own belief system within it. And that can't be common. And so, so I look at my relationship personal instead of as a collective. Now, I can say, okay, if all right, everybody who believes in this most high, the creator or whatever, we're all on the same team. But I can guarantee you, when you start talking about politics and start talking about governments and you start talking about all these things, you're going to find differences. And then all of a sudden we're going to war over those. And then we're going to be like, oh, well, how can you believe in God then if you can follow this or not do this or follow? It's all a mess. So I'm not part of any religion. Next
okay, that's
question.
cool. Okay, this one I'm asking you as a dad because I'm 22. You're old enough to be my father. So I
Yeah.
need you to hear me out right now. I am
Mhm.
in love with this girl. Can you hear me?
You're in love with what?
With this other girl.
Okay.
How do I tell her that?
I love you. That's how you tell her.
No, you know what I'm asking.
No,
You
I'm
know what I'm
answering
asking.
what you asked. How do I tell her? You tell her, I love you. That's how you tell her. Am I right, people? Ain't that how you tell her? I'm in love with this girl. How do I tell her? You tell her, I love you. What more can you say?
Okay, okay,
Keep it
you're
short
a
and
funny
simple.
guy.
Keep it short and simple to her.
Okay, that's cool. Anyways, this is my last question because I have to respect my soul and Tumelo. So yeah,
Okay.
you moved like you're now in South Africa, right?
Yeah.
Is this permanent or you're just visiting?
Visiting.
You're just visiting.
Yeah. I got like 38, 30, 37 more, 37 or 38 more countries to visit
In Africa.
in Africa.
Oh, so are you gonna come to Zimbabwe? Because I would love to meet you, or maybe not meet you, but then like if you're in Zimbabwe, I mean, I have to know.
Of course, I'm gonna be in Zimbabwe. You definitely gonna know. Stay with my videos. You're gonna see when I talk about I'm going to Zimbabwe. Yep, most definitely. I would love to meet you, brother. Most definitely. You've been very respectful. You've been very inquisitive, and I see you have a heart to learn and want and a desire to know knowledge, and that's a beautiful place to be. That's hard for some of the youth that I'm used to who just shut their ears up to elderly advice and wisdom, and rather just go and do their own thing. So most definitely would love to meet you too, brother.
Okay, so this isn't a question. This is just my closing remark. This is me saying goodbye. So like I've been reading this autobiography by Malcolm X. Do you know it?
Of course, I read it.
Yeah, and right now this is me. I'm all about Black Power.
Okay.
Yeah, and yeah, that's all, man. Like I'm reading the autobiography. I'm not done yet. Hey,
Oh
I'm
yeah.
just saying, I'm not
Hey,
done
when
yet.
you get
I've been
done, reading that book, I'm going to see if you're going to do this right here when you get finished reading that book. With that, man, TJ, nice talking to you. You take care. Let me go ahead and move on to the next. All right. Peace out. All right. We got Miracle. Miracle, how are you doing?
Hi, Black. Oh my God, this is my first time on your show. I live in California. I want to make it really quick because I told my mom to watch right now since, I knew I was going to come on. Okay, I'm 27 years old. My mom, she's 65. I hope she's okay with me saying that. And she's retiring this year. Next month, she's retiring. She's worked over 20 years. She's worked over 20 years at FedEx. And
Yeah.
she's retiring. And me and her had this talk about, should she wait? When should she do it? As you know, I'm the one that left the comment that said they don't really pay a lot. It's because she was literally reading me the letter where they gave that chart and they talked about how you just make a little bit every month. It's like an increment. It's not that much of a difference. They literally just want you to die before you collect your money, which is
Most
so
definitely.
sad.
Yeah.
And I want my mom to have a good life. So that's why I wanted her to tune in so she could see this and so she could understand that there's more to life. I want her to travel. I even bought her a retirement book so she could start planning her retirement and just getting in like the mental composition of like, how am I going to spend my time? How am I going to spend my money? What am I going to do? So I hope she's listening and I hope that you say some things that can inspire her. I want her to travel. We're supposed to be traveling next month to Europe. I know Europe, but that's where she wants to go. So I want to respect that.
It's all right. Go to Europe. Go to Europe. I mean, I ain't got no problem with the people going to visit Europe, but my thing is that what's interesting is that at least you will be, hopefully you get away from the tourist traps and venture out a little bit on how the common people, where in Europe you're going?
Well, I'm planning the trip because I've already traveled. I haven't gone to Africa yet, but she really wants to go to Spain. So Barcelona, I know Seville has a lot of Black history. I don't know if we're gonna make it there, but I was thinking Barcelona, Paris, because I want to go to the museum, stolen art, as you know, and then Italy. I don't know like how much we're gonna get to do in Italy, but those are the three countries that we're going to try to hit. It would be so nice if we could take a ferry to try to go to Morocco really quickly. But I don't know if she's into that. But nonetheless, I'm really happy. I just hope that her doing this little trip, it kind of like tickles an itch or it creates some kind of like bug in her where it makes her want to like get out of America more and invest her money, get a rental. That's why I'm trying to plant those seeds in her mind to do so she can live that fruitful life. And so she's not under like the oppression or she doesn't feel like her money is not really doing a lot for her here in California. It's so expensive out here.
I know.
It's so expensive.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, the beautiful thing is your mom's about to retire. And I wouldn't add any no more stress than what actually probably would be. But yeah, hopefully she's able to, just enjoy it. And to me, this is one of my hobbies, traveling Africa. And when I thought I was going to retire, I found out life is not really about retiring. It's just another chapter in life where you can find things that you want to do now and enjoy that maybe you never got to do and just chill and just, because tomorrow's not guaranteed. And we know, hey, like I told you, I'm 56, so I'm not climbing up the mountain. I'm climbing down. I'm going down the mountain now. So, as we come in this world and we come out of the womb, we walk towards the tomb. So, yeah, take it for what it's worth and enjoy life. And I'm quite sure your mom's going to have it figured out. I'm quite sure the daughter like you are making sure that's going to happen. Yeah.
I hope so. I mean, she kind of feels like I'm a little out there, and I kind of know that I am, because I kind of like am into like the little bit more Black power. I have a Black empowerment t-shirt business. I'm into like knowing our history, just being smart, because I just feel like with specifically like the United States, it's not a very, it's a great place to live, but it's not the nicest place to live in terms of like knowing that this government, it doesn't really have your back. You work a lot, and it's like this system where they want you to get in debt, where they never want you to climb out of it. It's just a work capitalist system, and it's really bad. So I feel like this is a really good time now for her to just kind of enjoy and just be reborn. By the way, you don't look 56. I had no idea, but she's going to be 65 next month. She's going to be 65 next month. And she's retiring next month. I have been praying that she even makes it to retirement, because like I said, she works at FedEx, and she's had friends at her job that have passed away. She even had one friend in particular who passed away on the job. I'm not going to say it was from him doing the job at FedEx, but he was like in his 40s. He was a Nigerian man, and he had just had a baby. He wasn't eating well, and he collapsed at the job. And, you know, they just took him away in the parking lot, and it really got to her because, like I said, she's worked there a long time. So she has, you know, relationships with the people that work there. And I just think that in her head, as I was like already kind of telling her, at these jobs, you're replaceable. You know, even if you're a good employee, don't love your job that much, because at the end of the day, you're just a number. So I say all that to say that I told her to watch this live because I knew I was going to be on it. And earlier, like a few moments ago, you were saying some really good information when it came to the Social Security. And I just hope that people, I mean, I'm not going to say, I know not everybody's listening. Like, I know the news is not listening, but I just hope that a lot of people are listening to like this broadcast, and they just take more control over their life. And, you know, they kind of think like in their mind, their destiny. Like me, for example, I said I'm 27. I told myself this year, I want to make it the year to read more, because they say if you want to keep something from a Black person, put it in a book. So I told myself I wanted to read more. Oh, they.
Who's they?
Well, white people. White people say if you want to keep something from a Black person, put it in a book, because, you know, they say we don't like to read.
Yeah.
That's horrible. I know, but I like to read self-help books. So the book that I'm reading right now, it talks all about like stress and your energy and just putting your thoughts in a good place, not having your thoughts in a past. And I feel like when you do that, it can allow you to just be in that gravitational energy force where you could have good things come into your future. It's so difficult to get yourself out of that mindset or stop overthinking. But I feel like if you could try to start at a young age, or even just today, like meditating, letting go of the past, then that can really like free up your mind from like diseases and everything. So I wanted to just share that too. The book is called Becoming Supernatural, if anyone wants to read it.
All righty then. Well, hey, thank you very much, Miracle. Appreciate it.
Bye, Black. I hope to be on your live again.
All righty then.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I also wanted to say, if me and my mom come to Africa, I would love to meet up with you, because I don't know anyone out there, but she's not dying to go to Africa. It's that conditioning, but I really want to go. But I would love to meet up with someone out there that could show me around, like wherever I go. So, yes.
All right. Shoot me an email whenever y'all decide to come to Africa. GoBlackToAfrica@gmail.com.
Okay, bye. Bye, everyone.
All right, take care.
I'm about to eat breakfast. Okay, bye.
All right. So bubbly, wasn't she? Yeah, I know she got a heart for her mother, and she wants her mother to enjoy life. And, you know, she hit on some points there, you know, life is short. And, you know, we put our life in these jobs. And, you know, they told us that, you know, at the end of the road, you're going to receive a retirement, a pension from these jobs. A lot of jobs closed down. And a lot of people like, What happened? This is the faith that we put in the system. Faith, these promises that typically are not kept. You know, whether you go to college, they tell you finish college, you get you a degree, you go get a job. How many people ain't got jobs and got degrees? You know, they tell you to go ahead and you get into this or pay for that, and at the end it's going to be there waiting on you. And how often does that really happen? You know, my thing is wake up, take control of your life. Stop allowing other people to want to go ahead and do the things for you. Now, there's nothing wrong with it if you want to invest in time in the country. I did it with the military. I looked at it like, whoa, this sounds like a good deal. You know, I do 20 years. You mean to tell me I'm going to get a check for the rest of my life? Well, that was back in the days. The retirements and pensions are almost unheard of. You got to pay. You got to create your own. You know, that is whether or not you want to go ahead and you want to start your own retirement fund, if you will. Things that now the companies are like, y'all do that for yourself. You know, all that, you know, back in the day, they would match. If you put this dollar in, we'll match you or double match and all that. Them days are gone. So now people got to figure out how they're going to do for self. Anyway, let's move it on to Tumelo. Tumelo. What's happening, brother?
Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening. Yeah, I'm back again. I just wanted to, you know, thank you once again for beautiful content. I don't have much to say because there's my brother this side here I think he's got something to add. I've got a call, Nyana. I'll be back now. Just, can you please put Mr. Tema on? I'll be back now.
Okay.
Now. Sorry for the... I'll be back now.
Tema.
Temba.
Can you hear me?
Yes. How are you, brother?
I am doing fine, brother. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine, brother. Are you enjoying South Africa?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, man. Yeah, brother, I'm following you, man. You know, don't you think you are exaggerating when it comes to South Africa?
Please explain. How am I exaggerating? In what area?
For example, let's talk about racism. You talked about black people working for white people as nannies.
Okay.
Yes, at the beginning of this video, you talked about black people working for white people as nannies or gardeners.
Okay.
Am I right?
Well, if you're talking about the video I did today, I was doing a sarcastic skit to show how, you know, how people can come in here and we can praise South Africa, but then but yet what they're actually the message is you can come here and enjoy. You can get the houses, you can get, you know, live the lifestyle, and yes, you can get people who work for you who are probably going to be the Africans or those who are. It could be Indian, probably it could be those, I don't know, but I've seen in my experience here in South Africa, I have seen Africans who are, I would assume they're nannies, pushing European babies around, carrying them around and stuff. Me and my wife saw many like. So that was that's what I was referring to.
Okay, brother. But you know, it's not only white people who have black workers. There are also black people who are working. They also have employed black people that are working for them.
Mm-hmm.
You get that? So because these people, they are employed somewhere, so they need somebody who will look after their children if they are at work. That is not about race. It's just about the parent being absent, and by that time when the parent is not at home, somebody must be left at home looking after children. It's not about racism. Because at the
I
end of
didn't
the day,
mention race in it. I didn't mention race in it. I didn't
because at the
mention
end of
race.
the day, oh, okay, but yeah, you didn't mention racism, but I'm trying to give you a clear picture about what is happening here. Even black people, they go to work, like let's take for instance a teacher is going to work, and there is a child that must be left at home. Somebody must look after that child, and that teacher is a black person.
Yeah.
He or she will also employ another black person to look after his children.
Yes.
While he's away. You see?
Yeah.
Same applies to white people. They will also need somebody to look after their children while they are away.
Yes.
Nothing about race there. Okay. And another thing, we will not everybody will be an entrepreneur. There will always be people who will work for other people.
True.
The only thing we can do is to encourage people, those who have an interest in entrepreneurship, to try and open up some businesses. That's what we can do. But to say everybody must abandon their employment and start businesses, that is impractical. That cannot happen.
I never said that. I said I understand. There are people who like the system. There are people.
Yes, brother.
When
yes,
you have
brother. You never
people work for you.
You never said that. But I'm just giving you a picture of what is happening here. So we need African Americans to come and invest in South Africa, but we need them to look beyond being queens and kings when they come here. We need them to look for opportunities, bigger opportunities, not just being kings and queens. We have mining industry here. Our government, every year, our government is pleading with investors to come and invest in South Africa. Unfortunately, we only see other races. We see Europeans coming to invest in South Africa. We see Asians, the Chinese, Japanese, everybody, Indians coming to invest. We don't see black people. What we should be doing now is stop fighting. Stop proving a point as to who is better than the other, or who is more stupid, or who is more clever. We as black people now, we need to be working together. We need black people to come and invest in the mines here. We need mine owners that are black. Not this thing of wanting to be a king, to have nannies. No, you look beyond that. We need you to invest in mining. Create employment while you empower yourself and others. We need to see more and more black billionaires. Another thing, brother, you talked about paying people anything you like. No, South Africa is a constitutional democracy. South Africa is run according to law. There is law in South Africa. That is why right now there is an outcry about immigration. Because what immigrants are doing, more especially the illegal ones, they are reversing the achievements that have been made by unionists, by workers. Workers have been fighting for many years to get a good employment conditions, to get reasonable salaries, wages. But what is happening now? I'm sorry for that noise, my brother. I'm not in my house. I'm in a very busy area here. There are cars around here. So there is this thing, people are busy saying South Africans are xenophobic. No, we are not xenophobic. You see, unions and workers have died fighting for better wages here in South Africa for many years. So now, if employers import cheap labor and reverse all the gains that have been made by unions in South Africa, what must South Africans do? Clap hands and say, no, it's all right. You see, because it's like we have gained freedom, we fought for freedom and gained it, and then other black people come and reverse everything that we have fought for. You see? They reverse everything. So on the issue of racism, my brother, I want to say there are laws that deal with racism in South Africa. People, they must not be afraid. Come to South Africa, there are laws that protect you against racists. If somebody has assaulted you, if somebody has discriminated you racially, there are laws that protect you. Open a case against that person. That person must be arrested. Okay, am I clear, my brother?
You're very clear.
And then, yeah, and then on the education system, my brother, before 94, there was because my brother, you know, I think you have made conclusions too early about South Africa. You needed to study a little bit or make a little research about South Africa before you make conclusions. Before 94, there was an education system that was called Bantu education that was implemented by the apartheid government. That education system was aimed at making sure that black people are not empowered, making sure that they will always be servants. But after 94, when the majority government came in, they eradicated that a form of education and gave us a better education. And then they came up with programs to empower people economically. We have Black economic empowerment. That is one of the programs. That is why today we have Black millionaires. Maybe we have, yes, we have billionaires. They are billionaires. We have Black billionaires, Black millionaires. Through those programs, that is progress. You see, our leaders were clever to know that there are things that we must begin with. We can't take everything at once. We needed education. We were not educated.
He dropped off. Tumelo, it is on you.
Good evening once again.
Yeah.
Sorry for leaving abruptly last time. Yeah, I just wanted to come here and show some love. Once again, you have not failed to deliver on quality content that we need. Quite frankly, I'm surprised you are still operating here on this thing. As far as I'm concerned, you should have been cancelled long time ago because you know the content that you have, the fruit of the mind for the Africans is potent, too potent for the liking of those white people. I'm not gonna say them or they for white people. So I there's a lot of things that I wanna talk about, touch on, like a lot of things, but most of the things that I have is appreciation that as you can see for yourself, you know, what I'm surrounded by, you know, it's not a lot of people who are able to think outside the whole box. I would say the box, so to speak, because it's difficult to find people who think like yourself, people who have that thought formulation process to be able to think for yourself, you know, to be able to be guided by a higher power that is undefined, so to speak, because I can't say that you are guided by this and that, but whatever that you speak has some sort of references that are that you can provide proof, actual proof. That is substance. That is not blabber or gibberish or whatever. Anything that you have come to say ever since each and every show, we can go back, each and everything that you've said, it can be, substantiated by hard facts. So, as I said, there's a lot of topics I can talk to. I feel like you are the person that I can actually talk to, someone who can relate to me as much as I relate to you, and at the same time keep learning from someone who has your thought formulation process. I'm not gonna say that you are special in any way, that is magical, because who said that you can't sit back and enjoy your life and drive whatever you want to drive back home and do those things? You don't have to do what you're doing right now. So right now you are basically doing what I see a similarity with Noah's dove. You are like Noah's dove, for the people out there, going around, making sure that you test the waters, so to speak. And that is very, very inspirational. It shows that you are not selfish in a way. It shows that you are responding to a higher call, a higher spiritual call that has some sort of ancestral, some sort of undefined. I can't say that it's a what in religion, but I appreciate you. You are the best. You are the best.
I appreciate that, Tamelo. And such as life, you got those who understand what you're saying, and those who just don't. And I'll touch on Tama. I think it was Tama was his name.
That's right.
Let me just. I'm gonna share some things with that. I'm gonna let you go because I'm about to come to a close, but I want to drop some nuggets on that. And I appreciate you, man, just in appreciating some of the things I do, and you can see that my heart is really for the people. And so yeah, let me let you go, and I'm gonna come to this close. I appreciate you, man. You have a good night.
You too.
All right. Yeah, and I hear Tama. Tama. He's saying that I'm saying these racial views of what I was saying today. I wasn't talking about white people when it came to having maids and watching your kids, and I was talking about black folks. I wasn't talking about the white folks. I said that I saw our brothers and sisters out here on the street who are attending to as nannies that were for some white folks. I'm quite sure they're doing it for a lot of Africans too. I just don't know if it's their child or not because they look like them. I'm saying though, and I said, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it. What I'm saying, because it's a touchy subject for me, or it hits a nerve because of the country I come from, that my grandmother and my grandfather had to play a part in that to get paid. And they were demeaned in that area. Most black folks were paid little to nothing. Spent more time trying, because sometimes you got to do what you got to do. So I was saying that even our own people can use our own money to come and do the very thing we get mad at the other people for doing to our people. It doesn't make sense to me, but if that's your thing, go ahead and do it. I'm not going to try to tell you what you should or should not do, but I'm saying that for those people who were hating on me, I did that skit to say, South Africa is great, y'all. Come on in. Come on in and enjoy the benefits that they are. It's cheap here. You can live like a king or a queen. You can have people who work for you, clean your house, watch your kids, wash your car, do everything for little or nothing. You can come here and kick back and start a business. You can take 90% of the profit. 10% will probably go towards your employees. You'll live fat off the hog. So my thing was, as a skit, some people say, is he being sarcastic or whatever? I was doing that for they hopefully could see that if you want me to speak positive, I can send and recommend people to come here And yet the mind and the ideal is just to come for self and do. But Tama said, needing those to come in and bring in businesses and build. But, and then, yes, Africa got more millionaires. Africa is a large continent, but Africa got more millionaires than America's got, more billionaires than America's got. They will never say that because Africa's always second, third, and last in a lot of things. Africa could never have the most populated continent. No, let's give it to somebody else. Africa can't have the largest wealth that is in the continent. No, let's give that to somewhere else. So Africa's always going to be second, third, and last in anything in the eyes of those who put out that information. But what I'm saying is that, no, if you want me to talk good about country, okay, I'll call in the wolves. When I say wolves, those who are only caring about self. Those who only want to come and be part of self, but not part, like what you said, Tama, is we need for people to come in and to bring businesses and jobs and all that right there. Most people who are coming here are retired, buying their house, chilling. Making that money. And then you talk about laws. And I understand, my brother. I understand. That's why I'm saying to my brothers and sisters in Africa, not just South Africa, look at America, please, because y'all are young in your independence. Everything's getting better. Everything is getting better. Okay, all right. I'm going to use the analogy again because some people don't get it. You got your house and you earn it. And you live in your house, and I come in and I take control of your house, and I put stipulations on your house, and then you make a scoff about the fact that the stipulations I've put upon you is too much, and you want a little bit more liberties. So because that you have rose up those concerns, I'm going to give you the liberties, but I'm still control of your house. Now check this out. You have your children who comes around and they're born into the house that you earn, but those who I took control of the house and I restricted you to certain things. And I'm the one who has the money and I'm the one who has the control over it. But your kids who sit here and look you in your eyes and says, Daddy, I thought this was our house. Why is it we got to be restricted in this area, and there? The ones that's in our house is the one who's got everything. And we're the ones who's being the worker bees. And you turn around and look your kid in the eyes and say, son, but things have gotten better. And I hope your son look you in the eye and say, no, Dad, it'll never be better until they get the heck out of our house. It will never be better. You might think it's better, but until you get out of my house is when it'll be better. We can't settle just for anything. Now, I'm not talking about, because I'm correlating that it's amazing. Just because you have a black government, don't make that it's equal. Do you know what money rules got more power than governments? Because everybody I keep interviewing all around the world, our government is corrupt. Our government is corrupt. You rarely hear that in America, and people don't realize America is the biggest corrupt government there is. They control the world. But no, you don't hear nobody in America says the government is corrupt. You really don't. Am I right, Americans who's listening to the channel? People don't walk around and say our government is corrupt. They don't. Get in where you fit in and make it work. And so then that people think, oh, wow, we got programs and things in place. If you watch America, Africa, believe me, that's all smoke screens. It's a system that puts band-aids on things and then it acts as though that it is helping, but really how much is it helping? And who's the one that's making those decisions? You think you got black government. Okay, they got programs in place, but who controls the house? Come on now. Who controls the house? Because like I said before, money is what controls, not governments. Money does. Why? People is government. People are bought every day. The world, this applies to the world. Asia, South America, Central America, North America, Canada, Europe, Spain, Italy, all of those countries out there, Turkey, the Islam countries and stuff right there. Money controls governments. You think the people that are really looking out for the best of either themselves. I'm not going to speak on all government. I don't know all governments because there's different type of democracies and socialisms and capitalisms and all these other names that they put upon it right there. What I'm saying is that we got to stop putting the faith into this government and put the faith into the Most High. I know Miracle, she was talking about, she used her self-help books and all that right there. You know, people go to self-help books and all that. I'm telling you, those days come to an end where the self-help books just is not going to help. There's going to come a day. She's a young 27-year-old. I dropped on my knees at 28, about to take my life out of here before I cried and say, if there is a God or something, please help me. Because I was about to blow my brains out. And that was my whole point of the system. The systems around the world, because people keep believing in the system. Just like the sister I was saying earlier, you believe in Biden? Well, let's blame Biden because of the economy. Blame Biden? Really? I'm not even looking at trying to blame Biden. I'm trying to get mine. Why? Biden is not going to come to my house and take care of my bills that are due. Your government is not going to knock on your door and, is everything okay here? And people think, and those who, I know there are new people here, I just do interviews. It ain't me who say anything. I'm just regurgitating what you hear on the videos and the audios of the people I have spoken to. These are your people who are saying these things. And what we need to understand is that, wow, if you collectively look at my videos and listen to them, you can at least say, wow, my people are thinking this way. They feel this way. It ain't me making anybody say anything they don't want to say. I ain't said nothing. Except for the fact of it is that, okay, all right, people, I've heard all these complaints every time I'm going around these African countries. They're not just South Africa. Watch my videos. Instead of talking about it, let's be about it now, okay? The only way that I know to get out of this rut that you are in is go to the Almighty. Why? I used to be in that rut. That's all I know nowadays. That's all I can speak of. And guess what? The good Lord been taking care of me. And I ain't talking about that God and that Jesus that they brought to us either. You see, sometimes when people present things to you and you run away with it thinking it's going to be effect, and if you ain't seeing results, you got to ask yourself, what are these lies? That's why I like to challenge people and say, who are they? Well, you know what they say. Pastor said, the president said, our government said. What does that got to do with anything? Because they ain't the ones that when you are in need, they ain't going to be coming at your door. You're going to be going to them. Now, wouldn't you rather get out of that instead of and say right here, I got to do what it takes right here to take care of mine, oversee mine. I can't be worried about what them jokers doing, because every time I turn around, our governments are doing the opposite than what they said they were going to do. These false promises that they say they're going to do. And then all of a sudden you appear like, see, the government's corrupt. Did you expect anything more? It's not what you know, it's who you know. Do you know how, if I had $1 for every time I heard that from our people saying that, yeah, I would be rich. If I had $1 every time I heard somebody say their government is corrupt, or, they're just paying themselves, they're stealing the money. They make false promises. If you know that, then now what is your answer? What are you going to do? I'm saying it's time to go back to the Most High and put your faith in the Most High. Not man, not books, in the Most High. Edwin, go ahead and ask your question right now because I'm coming to a close. I will go ahead and answer your question because I'm coming to a close. So only those can feel what I'm saying, because even Yeshua, the people could not understand what he was saying. They just could not. And he said, how long will I be with y'all? It is for you to know what I'm saying, and for them, and it's shut out to. Lord, why do you speak in parables? I'm speaking the kingdom of things, and yet you are still on the natural earthly things, and you can't understand what I'm saying. That's what Yeshua told his disciples. Because you are carnally minded, that when somebody's trying to show you the light, you think they talking about the dark. He's just negative. A man who's saying, hey, y'all, let's not put trust in the system. Hey, y'all, let's go to the Almighty. Had somebody ask me right here, I don't, this prayer ain't gonna get us nowhere, this and that. Well, who told you about prayer? Do you know what prayer is? See, we go along with the program of what they came in and told us what we should be believing in. Well, our ancestors, they had the right spirituality and all that right there. Apparently, it didn't work when the other people came in and took control. Well, then why is your God then go black, then allow these things to happen? When you don't follow the Almighty, guess what? The hand of protection moves out, and guess what? Enemies come right on in. It's no different than you protecting your house. See, when you ain't standing on righteousness or on holiness or whatever, and you sit here in your house, and then you allow some bozo to come walk in your house, he may turn your house upside down. I know a guy right now, and this happens all the time. He tried to help out an African, a young man that was 12 years old, brought him in off the street, a young boy. I think he was 14. Brought him in off the street to help him. Guess what he did? He violated his daughter. I don't know where the brother stands, but what I'm saying, does that happen every day? If you're not on watch, if you're not in that spiritual discernment, if you're not connected with the Most High, if you don't have that, how are you going to discern the things that are supposed to? Yeshua says right here, you can discern the clouds of the air and tell when a storm is coming in, but you can't discern the spiritual things that you ought to already know. You can't see that somebody has you in a chokehold, and yet you rather defend them and then attack the ones who say, hey man, you're caught in a chokehold. You rather go ahead and argue against people and say, sister, he done whipped your tail too many times. That is not love. But he loves me. Okay, but he's whipping your tail. You got a black eye, busted lip, busted nose. And each month you come back and you're talking about how he hurt you. But then, that's not love, sister. But he says he loves me. Come on now, stay with me. Stay with me now, y'all. But he says he loves me. But they say they're looking out for us. But they say they created laws. But they say that they're going to do better. But they say. And the one who's trying to tell you he don't love you, that is not love, sister. You go right on back and keep taking your lickings. But I don't expect love from everybody, because Yeshua said, this world hates you because it hated me. For you shall be persecuted for standing for what is right. There will be those who will persecute you for standing for what is right. This is written in the scrolls, ancient writings, in the scriptures. Y'all call it the Bible. As soon as somebody try to show you the light and show you, hey, brother, I'm just out here, man, just trying to help and lend a good helping hand, this and that, and now my hand gets slapped. My own daughter did it. This is the ignorance. And I sit back and I'm like, okay, no problem. Hey, do your thing. I'm just a voice in the air, only speaking to those who watch my channel. For those who don't like it, don't need to watch it. There are other channels out there. For those who are like, let me hear what this guy got to say, and let me spend time listening. Not off of one thing I say, and you conjure up your own idea and be like, right, I gotta respond. I gotta put it in the chat. No, you wrong. You this and that. See, you can't get and understand me off of one subject matter or video. Isn't that what Yeshua told his disciples? You got to walk with me on this. You are going to have to walk with me on this. Why? Because it takes, if Yeshua had to grow in knowledge, then you do too. And believe me, it takes years. There's a lot of things I still got to learn. There's a lot of things I'm filtering out of me that is old school of all this garbage that was taught. I want to be so light-minded. I want to float. But there's people who just rather continue on. And hey, peace and blessings to you, brothers and sisters. Keep doing y'all thing. I'm not, because the interviews I keep hearing, and y'all have heard them, those who've heard my interviews, every time I try to, I say, I'm gonna prove a point to the people who sit here saying that, oh, you are being negative. It ain't me, it's the people that you saying your people here in South Africa are negative. Because when I'm saying, tell me something good about your country. Tell me something I should experience. Well, like the sister, she tried yesterday. Y'all listen to the video. She tried. Oh, the people are nice. We got good beaches and we got this right here. But our government is corrupt. That quick, less than 10 seconds. Who heard that video? Less than 10 seconds, she went straight to, but our government is corrupt. In our schoolings, and when you go to college and then I didn't answer and ask no questions about that. She just kept on and on. And then the other person I interviewed, and then the other person I interviewed, and another person I interviewed. That ain't me. That's your people. And if you have sense enough to gather the information and say, this is how our people are feeling. I ain't saying nothing about there ain't no improvements. Only y'all can speak on that. But I do know one thing. Y'all are a sister to America, a little sister to America. Why? Because y'all have a democratic society. Y'all have a system that's just like America. And guess what? You can just look across the Atlantic Ocean and you can say, they supposedly had this independence for 400. They've been 700-800 years in a system, enslaved people and free these black people 159 years ago. And these black people are still marching up and down, talking about inequalities, unfairness, and all these other things. What is happening with their system? But we got laws in place. We even have programs in place. For what? To help who? How much? And when? But anytime somebody said, we need reparations for what you stole from us, the land, y'all stole our rights, y'all stole all that we worked for, and y'all got the wealth from off of our free labor, off of our ancestors who worked for 400 years of slavery, that the world benefited off of it. And it's never going to be better until we get what is ours. And I will never tell my kid, but it's better. I've never told my kids that. Well, babies, hey, it was better. It was better back. It was better. It's better now than what it was back then. I have never told my kids that. No, not at all. It's never going to be better. It never will. But it doesn't mean I can't stop and continue to move forward. It doesn't mean that I have to sit here and stew in anger and resentment and all that right there. No. I'm severing my ties from that system right there, and I'm going to the system of God, and I'm going to walk in that system. And guess what? It has been a beautiful journey. I have no cares for the system. Never voted. Don't care what they do. They're going to do what they do. If they want to raise taxes, they want to try to take everybody money they can. I left out of that joker right there, and I switched the rule over my stuff over here to Africa, and I'm like, yeah, let me go over here. And guess what? If a country over here acts a fool right there, it's a free world. I'll go where I'm wanted, whatever that I find that it might be best and conducive for me, and I'll keep on moving. Why? It took the children of Israel 40 years to get to the land of milk and honey. They parked in different places to try to get to a place of freedom, which is nothing more than an example of it takes time to get your freedom sometimes, as well as the fact that when I say you get to the freedom land, a place that you can find that you can at least rest in peace. And there's people who find peace here. The brother I interviewed today said, I'm resting. I feel like I'm in peace here. You better believe it. It's more peaceful in South Africa than it is in America for many of people. But there are some people you can talk that are Black Americans and say, there ain't no racism. I don't know what they're talking about. Everything's just fine. So I don't even need to talk to them because they got a totally different experience than I got. That's it for me, family. Thank you for each one of you all coming in and chiming in and having the chats and your kind words and your blessings and your motivations, those people who called in. Thank you for y'all's words. It's not about, we all got to think the right way. I'm putting my 2 cents on the table. Why? The rest of the world doing it too. So I'm putting my 2 cents. And I think that I at least have some solutions beyond others who's just having conversations. So with that, family, this is your man, not your boy. Go Black to Africa. Peace out. Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon to each and every one of you.